Welcome to the May 2012 edition of IMTS-TV. I'm your host, Penny Brown. Our IMTS-TV crew went on location to Joe Gibbs Racing, and you can see what it's like behind the scenes at a winning NASCAR team. We'll also give you an in-depth look at the Emerging Technology Center to be featured at IMTS 2012. The IMTS-TV crew was also on the road at 3D Systems in Rock Hill, South Carolina. In addition to those exciting technologies, we'll get an update on the Local Motors Rally Fighter to be built live in the ETC. And we'll learn a little bit about MTInsight and MTConnect. We'll also bring you some of the latest industry news, so stick around. We're here at Joe Gibbs Racing in Huntersville, North Carolina. Chances are you're familiar with all the excitement that happens on the track during a NASCAR race. But are you familiar with everything that happens behind the scenes? We came here to get an in-depth look at everything it takes to build a winner. We're here with Mark Bringle of Joe Gibbs Racing to talk about some of the exciting things they have going on here at their manufacturing facility. How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Penny. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
So give us the breakdown about how many employees do you have here?
Yeah, Joe Gibbs Racing is, we got about 450 employees right now. We got 10 different race teams. We got 3 on the cut division, 3 nationwide, 2 in our minor league type deal, and then 2 in the motocross teams.
Yeah, so give us a breakdown of everything that you do here, kind of start to finish.
Well, everything starts out, the reason we got a major buildup of manufacturing here is for 3 reasons. We try to keep things proprietary. We have a really quick turnaround time, and then the quality. Whenever you got a driver going around the track at 200 miles an hour, you've really got a life in your hands there. So the quality is a big deal here. We employ 47 engineers that are constantly coming up with new ideas. And once they come up with a great idea that's going to give us a competitive advantage for that weekend, we want to be able to give it to the car as quickly as possible. So a lot of times we can turn those around in a couple of days versus a couple of weeks using traditional manufacturing methods.
So what's going on behind us here?
Right now, these guys, we're working 27 CNC machines, 2 shifts a day. We're manufacturing some 900 different parts and pieces that are either going in the motor, the shocks, the race cars, the chassis. So this is a very busy room.
Now give us a breakdown, start to finish, of how a car is built here.
Okay. We start out with the design, obviously. We do a lot of simulation, FEA, CFD here. Once the analytical part of the design is done, it goes to the chassis room. We build the chassis. From there, we got about 8 days in the chassis. It makes its way down to the fab room. It takes about 7 to 8 days to hang a body of a car. And then it makes its way to our paint and body shop where obviously they paint the car and put the decals on it for that weekend. And then the car goes out on our setup floor where you got just a lot of talented mechanics that jump on that car and they put all the wiring in the car, all the spindles, the fuel cells, everything that it takes to make that car go around the track. From start to finish, you got about 3.5 weeks in the building of a race car.
How does it give you a competitive advantage to have something like this?
Well, one thing, quick turnaround time, like I mentioned. This is a very competitive series. At some of the tracks, the last place car to the first place car in qualifying is less than 1/2 of a second. So every little coating, every little tenth plays a big part in the performance of the race car.
So I understand that Joe Gibbs Racing has had a presence at IMTS over the years. Who are you going to be sending in 2012?
This year we're going to have Kyle Busch. He'll be visiting the Doosan booth for a couple hours and also the Siemens PLM booth. We also have Brian Scott there at the Doosan booth as well. And then we'll have Joey Logano. He'll be paying the Mitsubishi folks a visit their booth.
Very exciting. All right.
Yes.
We're here with Joey Logano, driver of the number 20 Home Depot Dollar General Toyota Camry. How are you today, Joey?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So give us a little bit of your background, your history in racing.
For me, I started at a really young age, like most guys do in the Sprint Cup Series these days. I started when I was 6 in Connecticut, running quarter midgets, and ran those for a while, then moved to Georgia, ran Legends cars and late models and Pro Cup cars, a lot of different cars. The big deal for me is I was always the youngest moving up to the next level, and it was always a big deal for me to race against people that were better than me to help my learning curve a lot. So when I was 15, Joe Gibbs Racing signed me, and I've been here ever since.
All right, so how does it make you feel as a driver that your car is handled start to finish here?
It's huge, you know, it's something really cool to see that, you know, building the chassis, the bodies, everything in our race car is built right here. Everything down to the rear end housings, everything. So it's impressive to see that all in one shop, and you can really keep your hands on everything. You know, there's no one to blame but ourselves if something goes wrong. So you really keep your hands on it and really see what's going on.
Now, I understand you will be making an appearance at IMTS. Can you tell us about that?
I will be, yeah. Come check me out. I'll be at the Mitsubishi booth there. So come check me out. I'll be signing autographs and stuff like that.
That's great. All right.
Well,
thanks so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you.
So how long have you been involved in racing?
I've been involved in racing since 2003, and I got started when I was in college with the Formula SAE program and have enjoyed it ever since.
So explain to us a little bit about what you do here.
Okay. I design the parts that go on the race cars. We use many different design tools and simulation tools to try and produce the best parts and manufacture most of them in-house.
What advantage does that have to have everything here?
We are able to turn around parts very quickly. We can go from a conceptual design to a prototype to actually implementing them on the car within a matter of a week or 2 weeks if we need to.
Break down your job for us. What is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, I'm the crew chief or the team leader for the 18 Cup car, the M&M's Toyota Camry. I'm blessed. I get to work with a lot of talented people, and I tell people I'm the puzzle assembler. I have a lot of great puzzle makers underneath me. They bring all the good parts to me. I put them together and hopefully put a good race car on the racetrack.
What are the advantages to having all of this in-house for what you do?
Well, the only thing that's constant in NASCAR is change. You think about it, we break track records every year. People are always going faster. So it's great to be at the racetrack and come up with an idea, or NASCAR comes up with a new rule. You can pick up the phone, talk to your design engineers. They can start designing parts immediately, and before you even get back from the weekend's event, CNC's cutting chips, making parts.
All right, so why do you think maybe young people should consider manufacturing as a career?
Well, I think to me, manufacturing is the backbone of America. I mean, we've always been great inventors. We've always been able to design things and build things. And, you come to a shop like this and see what we can do, what we can make. And I started working with Mark Bringle 14 years ago, and he told me if you can design it, I can make it. And with the CNC equipment we have today, you can make anything, and it's so exciting to have a thought, be able to put it on paper, and then turn it out into a manufactured piece. That's exciting.
You have any advice for maybe young people who are looking to break into this?
Well, nowadays I would recommend doing the trade school route because we've hired some interns from a local community college here, and I can see how much further along they are coming in even for a first job than I ever was back in the day. So I would definitely do the trade school route, and because you learn so much more and you have a working knowledge when you come in and run a machine shop like Joe Gibbs, and that's what I would do.
So what exactly do you do here?
I'm a machinist. I'm one of 15 or so in here. I work on a CNC turning center. We have 6 of them in our shop, and me and the other guys, we just rotate from one machine to another as needed. And I've been doing this ever since '82. So.
That's great.
Yeah, we try to. I'm not anything official title-wise, but I'm kind of the go-to guy for the interns and the other fellows. I'll show them what I know, and they'll come to me with any questions they may have, and we all help each other out, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. Lots of times in the old days, guys would try to keep information away from each other rather than share it, but we don't do that here. We try to keep everybody up to pace. Technology's changing so much. You cannot keep information quiet. You've got to pass it along, and that's the only way these guys can learn at that young age.
From design and engineering to manufacturing to taking a car actually out on the track, now you've got a little bit of taste of what it takes to build a winner. And you can see some of this technology firsthand, along with a few of Joe Gibbs' drivers at IMTS 2012. Not to mention, you can also see the Local Motors Rally Fighter being built live right on the show floor. We'll see you in Victory Lane.
Are you ready? Are you ready to move ahead of your competition? Ready to see and touch the technologies that will push your business beyond where it's gone before? Ready to come to a place where manufacturing industry comes together? Well, get ready for the International Manufacturing Technology Show, taking place September 10th through the 15th at McCormick Place in Chicago. IMTS 2012 is the showcase of the most innovative and advanced manufacturing technologies in the world. These are the technologies you need to get ahead. Compare equipment side by side and find solutions that can make a difference for your business. Beyond the show floor, IMTS also offers a complete conference program featuring informative presentations and interactive discussions on a variety of topics. You can also visit the Emerging Technology Center and get a look at the technologies that are at the forefront of the manufacturing industry, which will impact our businesses for years to come. And at 1.2 million square feet, you may want to bring some extra feet with you to cover all the products and technologies. So bring your whole team and discuss the best solutions for your company. Make decisions with all of the industry experts in one place. IMTS 2012. It's a place you need to be. It's where you'll find practical solutions to complex problems. Your competition's planning to attend. Are you? IMTS 2012. Be there.
The Emerging Technology Center is the place at IMTS that features the most groundbreaking technologies making a difference in manufacturing today.
Over the years at ETC, we've featured a variety of different technologies in use. These have included non-contact inspection. We've had additive manufacturing in the past and how that's varied over the years. We've also had nanotechnology and microtechnology. At IMTS 2012, we'll feature a variety of different technologies. These include additive manufacturing, collaborative engineering, which will feature the Local Motors car that IMTS has built. We'll also have MTInsight and MTConnect. Additive manufacturing is a process in which it's also called 3D printing, and within additive manufacturing, It has been used historically as rapid prototyping and is now breaking out more into the industry where we are creating end products through a 3D printing process. Within the ETC this year and in the additive booths, we'll have a variety of different machines in the process, so you'll see how additive works in full process. You'll also have products that have been made through all the different types of additive manufacturing, and we'll also have touchscreen video that can give you profiles of a variety of different companies who will be displaying both within the booth and all across IMTS.
Additive technologies encompass technologies that build upon itself layer by layer. Generally speaking, it's different from subtractive, where you have a solid workpiece and you remove material. In the additive sense, you're taking one layer of material upon one layer of material upon one layer of material that give you near net end products. You can divide it into two main ones, metallics, so a lot of Ti-6-4, titanium 6-4, some cobalt chromium, depending on the process, and then your polymers. Nylons are prevalent, along with some PEEK powders, or polyether ketones. Most folks have to design for manufacturability. That means that if I had everything open to me for manufacturing as a designer, I would put certain features or certain attributes. However, with today's traditional manufacturing means I can't make that kind of feature given subtractive traditional methods. Additive opens up that design space, and it tells the designer, we can build in 3D pretty much what you can design in 3D. So that's the biggest difference between additive manufacturing and subtractive manufacturing. As a part of the Emerging Technology Center, additive manufacturing gives a glimpse to today's manufacturing base and the competition as to what is now in my tool belt. Whereas used to be just subtractive, additive opens up a whole new ballgame.
One great experience we've had is that in collaboration with Local Motors, our staff and crew at IMTS has built a car from scratch. It'll be displayed there. We'll also have video that'll talk about the process of building it. And in addition to that, we will have a car that's being built on the show floor at the ETC. So come join us at the Emerging Technology Center at IMTS 2012. You'll see the latest in technology, and you'll see where a lot of these industries are going in the coming years.
If you've been watching our show for the last couple of months, you got a sneak peek at the Local Motors Rally Fighter, which will be built live right in the ETC at IMTS. Let's get an update on where that stands and maybe a few details of our next car skin contest coming up in July.
There's 4 sections of the ETC, and when you get to the on-show site, on the left side, all of it's going to be devoted to collaborative manufacturing and Local Motors. And on the very far left is going to be the car build, and we've got this whole area dedicated near the Starbucks so that you can sit and watch or stand and play with some iPad displays on this is the steps you have to take to build the car. The build went great. I don't know if you saw any of our videos. They were on social media, and we did a nice little piece in the April episode of IMTS TV, and we had a team of 6 that went out and had a wonderful time, and it went actually rather smoothly. And then the last thing that we were not able to do, which is going to be done at the end of May, is putting the skin on the car because of the design. We just weren't ready for that yet. So they're going to put the skin on the end of May, and that'll all be done, and maybe we can give you a sneak peek at what the actual car looks like in June, but I'm not quite sure. We might hold out until actual show to show you that one. Coming in July 10th, we're going to have our second design competition. Starting July 10th, you can submit your submissions for designs. That'll run for 2 weeks, and then we'll start voting, I think it's July 23rd, on what the next Rally Fighter car will be looking like. I think collaborative manufacturing, it's a different way of manufacturing something. The whole reason Local Motors even came about is because they went out and they have this process where they go out and they were trying to design their car, and they had submissions from all over the country from engineers on how to design their car, and that's how it was built. And it's just a new and interesting way to see a different way to build stuff. It's not all secretive, it's open source. You can talk to people all over the world just trying to build a car. So it would be neat to see how this can go in the future, maybe 10, 20 years down the road. Where is it collaborative manufacturing going with the industry and machine manufacturing technology? It's all about what's coming out, emerging technologies. These are 4 very different pieces of where technology could be going, and that's why we have the ETC, is to feature new technologies and where they're coming, where they're going. That's why you got to come and see the ETC. It's an experience.
MTInsight is a powerful business intelligence tool tailored specifically to the manufacturing industry. It's coming to the ETC in IMTS 2012. Let's hear a little bit about what it can do for your business.
MTInsight is AMT's online business intelligence tool. MTInsight will be in the Emerging Technology Center. We will also have a booth in the East Hall and the South Hall in the AMT membership booth. MTInsight was made because we have so many data sources that are in many different locations, so we wanted one online tool that our members and our survey participants could use to access all of that data in one easy place. You can also customize reports. You can export all of the information to use in presentations or your own reports, etc. And it's a tool that we've never had and no one has had access to. In the past, you would get an Excel file or a flat PDF file, and there's only so much you could do with that. So what we do is we take all the data, we store it in our data warehouse, we analyze it using our software tools, and users can just come in and pick what they want to see and then export it. MTInsight is the only business intelligence tool for the manufacturing industry of its kind. It is brand new, it is web-based, it's new technology, and it's allowing people to do what they haven't been able to do before with the data, with the different data sources. Come by our booth at the Emerging Technology Center at IMTS 2012. We look forward to showing the visitors and the exhibitors what MTInsight can do for them and their company.
MTConnect made its debut at IMTS 2008. It's coming back to the ETC at IMTS 2012. Let's see what this communication standard has to offer to the manufacturing world today.
This year we're going to have in it a number of items. One of them will be additive processes. Another is we're actually going to show you how to manufacture a car. That is going to be a IMTS car, which I think everybody will have fun looking at and watching. We'll have in it also the Emerging Technology Center, MTConnect. We've had that for the past 2 years, 2 shows, but this time we're going to focus a little bit different. We're going to be looking at applications now. Applications are those tools that you can use in your shop to collect data and turn it into information for you to better utilize your equipment in your shop or to find out what's going on around your shop. Okay, at Display MTConnect, we will have kiosks. In other words, we'll have maybe 4 or 5 modules, and each one of those modules will have a computer and have screens on it, monitors like are behind me. We will then show you the applications running live. We will actually have some vendors explaining to you what the concepts behind the monitoring, why do you want to monitor for utilization, why do you want to know what your overall equipment effectiveness is, and then give you actual demonstrations of how this is, how their applications work, how they're picking up actual data. Some of the data we'll be collecting will be from machines running right on the floor of IMTS. Others will be from machines throughout the world. So I think it'll be exciting for you to see and be able to discuss with those that are really providing those applications just what they can do for you. I think the reason you want to come and take a look at the MTConnect area is so that you can increase your profitability and see what the future is going to be about and how you can be a part of it.
MTConnect is an open and royalty-free protocol that connects manufacturing equipment to applications. So the way to think about it is it's the Bluetooth for manufacturing. It's simply a protocol. It's not an application. It's a way to connect manufacturing equipment to applications. So when we use the term MTConnect enabled, the way to think about this is that MTConnect acts as a bridge, if you will. And on a piece of hardware, manufacturing equipment such as machine tool, you have a piece of software that's MTConnect enabled, and we refer to that as an adapter/agent. And on your software, that's also MTConnect enabled. So that allows information to be pulled from a machine tool, for example, into an application, and then it's the application that turns that data into information. So you can also think of it as a translator, if you will. You want your application to speak a common open language. That's MTConnect. That's very easy to do for applications. and you want your manufacturing equipment to speak that same protocol. This IMTS, we will be having MTConnect will be out on the show floor with manufacturing equipment providers such as machine tool providers that will be tying into live machine tools that are running. There will be software providers that will be showing off MTConnect, tying into those, and also probably tying into their own systems. And what we'll be specifically emphasizing or showing in the Emerging Technology Center, known as ETC, are end-user applications. In other words, those applications such as shop floor monitoring, such as ERP, such as MES systems, that actually tie into the different MTConnect-enabled machine tools or manufacturing equipment that are out at IMTS on the showroom floors or someplace else on the internet. The reason to come to the ETC really depends on what category you are. If you are an end user, shop owner, plant manager, that's probably more a typical attendee at IMTS. The reason you want to come to the ETC is because we're going to be showing off all of these applications that can very easily get data that's in an MTConnect format. We hope to see you at the Emerging Technology Center at IMTS to come learn about MTConnect. With MTConnect, we like to say that MTConnect is different devices, common connection.
So as you can see, the Emerging Technology Center is the place where you'll come to see the most groundbreaking technologies in manufacturing today. Come by and see it. It's right at the entrance to the North Building at IMTS 2012. And now for some headlines around the manufacturing industry. Kate Fritz is going to bring us some of the latest news. How are you today, Kate?
Great, thanks, Penny. How are you?
I'm good. So what are some of the stories you're going to be telling us about today?
Today we're going to look at Ford's investment in China. We're going to look at what's going on with Cummins in Indiana, and then at the merger between Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and Federal Broach.
Great, so let's get to it.
Ford will build a new state-of-the-art assembly plant in Huangzhou with its joint venture Chang'an Ford Mazda Automobile. Ford's $760 million investment continues its aggressive expansion in China, bringing Ford's total investment in the country to $4.9 billion since 2006. When Huangzhou opens in 2015, Ford's total passenger car capacity in China will increase to 1.2 million units annually, doubling current output. Cummins will expand its Seymour, Indiana campus by investing $219 million in new construction and adding 290 jobs to support the company's global high horsepower engine business. The new jobs are engineering and advanced manufacturing positions. 70% of these new engines to be produced in Seymour are expected to be exported. In addition, Cummins is requesting tax abatements from Seymour on the new development, and the state is offering reimbursable training grants and will develop an inviting entrance to the city of Seymour through the Gateway Project. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries has signed an agreement with Federal Broach Holdings and its shareholders to acquire all of the equity interest in the American firm. Federal Broach has an extensive customer base in the North American and European markets, providing tooling and equipment to both motor vehicle and aircraft industries. By consolidating its operations with those of Federal Broach, MHI will build up its cutting tool operations, extend its global reach, and position itself to take over the leading share of the world market. About 80% of Federal's sales are in North America and Europe, while more than 95% of MHI's Broach sales are in Asia. As the markets and products of the two companies are highly complementary, significant synergies are expected from the integration of their operations. After the acquisition, MHI plans to expand Federal Broach's production capacity in order to be able to aggressively market Broaches and Broach machines in the Asian market. At the same time, it will further enhance marketing activities of its own gear cutting machines and tools in North America and Europe through Federal Broach. Plans call for MHI to transfer Federal Broach technology to Mitsubishi Heavy Industries India Precision Tools, an MHI cutting tool manufacturing and marketing base in Ranipet, India.
Thank you, Kate. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Business media has seen many changes in recent years, and the metalworking media is no exception. We spoke with John Gross and Tom Grasson at the MFG meeting in Orlando, Florida, to get their take on how they cover the industry today.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, John. How are you?
Great. Tom, can you go through the publications and industries that are served under the GIE publishing umbrella?
John, we serve three key industries: aerospace, medical, and alternative energy. Our three publications are Aerospace Manufacturing and Design, Today's Medical Developments, and Today's Energy Solutions. Our niche in these publications is all manufacturing oriented.
You also have, I understand, a new publication which you're coming out with shortly or have just come out with?
That's right, John. This is the first year. This is probably the third publication, and it's really not a publication per se. This is a virtual magazine, and it is entitled American Manufacturing. We serve North, Central, and South America. And this publication, or virtual publication, if you will, is more horizontal in nature, meaning that we service across the board as far as manufacturing sectors go, from aerospace to automotive to off-highway to medical, energy. We pretty well cover it all.
Can you tell me what you folks are doing as far as electronic issues and the balance between traditional print and electronic?
Well, let me start off by saying I personally believe that we will always have the traditional print. I think one complements the other. I do believe that the electronic publications are becoming more and more popular, but I don't believe that the traditional publication will ever go away. It's like the television replacing the radio. That was the prediction, but it never really quite happened. We are seeing more momentum build up as far as electronic publications go, and what I just spoke about a few minutes ago as far as American manufacturing, that's a good example. With American manufacturing, we actually bring that publication to life. We can bring the articles to life. We can bring the advertisements to life. We can do movies. We can do animation and a series of things in these publications.
Where do you see the electronic part of the industry, and what have you done as far as your website and editorial and perhaps even electronic distribution of your publications?
Right. We find the vast majority of our readers still want us to deliver to them a print version. But there is a small but growing percentage of people that are going to the digital editions. All 5 of our publications are available digitally. They're duplicates of the print. They're all on our homepage on our website, manufacturingnewsweb.com. They can turn the pages, they can zoom in, all the web addresses are active, they can do searches by product, by subject. It's a very valuable resource, but not to replace the print. The print is still in high demand, and there's something about, especially with our format with the large tabloid, we have so much content every month. I might be so bold as to say we may have more content than any other magazine. Because of our size, we can fit more articles in, and because of the fact that we've got 5 regional magazines. So it's helpful to be able to retrieve articles occasionally that you've seen in the past, or information on a particular product or manufacturing process, and they can do that on the web very easily with our digital editions, but they still want to get the print. So we're committed going forward to delivering a print version. That won't change, but we're making available and enhancing and continuing to be using the best technology available to us, the digital.
Thanks for watching our show today. Be sure to subscribe to the IMTS Insider, our newsletter that will give you all the latest information on IMTS. Whether you're an exhibitor or a visitor, check out IMTS.com for all the information that you need to know. Come back and see us again next month, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Penny Brown, and this is IMTS TV.